the near future, where Earth has been ravaged by robot invaders, the fate of the planet rests on the shoulders of a young girl who becomes more than human. Saved from the death and cursed with the cybernetic powers beyond comprehension, it's up to Rika Rikichi. Riki Iji? Gosh dang it, I don't know how you say that name. Anyways, this is Nick from Nintendo Dads, and that really is the beginning of what this game is all about. This game is published by Rising Star Games and developed by good friends, Game Freak. A small title, little itty-bitty title they're also known for, called Pokemon. You probably never heard of it. Anyways, moving on. This is GIGA WRECKER, and what I just said in the beginning is very much the truth. You do play as a girl named Rika Rikiji. I don't know how to really say that. There's no voiceover, so I have no idea. We're gonna go with that though. And she was imprisoned by robots, because this is like post-apocalyptic. Robots invaded, took over the world, killing a bunch of people, and you get saved. Air quotes. You didn't see it, but I did them. Air quotes. You get saved by some girl who fails to save you because I guess you die, really. But then a doctor comes and fixes you by giving you a robotic arm. I know this doesn't sound like you've been saved, but somehow it's better than dying, right? So this robotic arm can collect material into a ball, and then you can shape that ball of material into like a sword or a block to help you platform. You can do all kinds of fun things and different things and interesting things, and you can gain blueprints to do more things. Whew, man, I tell you, it's crazy. So this really is like the Metroidvania physics puzzle platformer game that you've always been looking for? See? Maybe? You really do, as Rika, explore this really large, or fairly large map with 3 main areas. And each room in that map is basically a physics-based puzzle. Now you can screw these puzzles up, so they have given you this fun little purple glowing area where you can just hit the up button, and then that will reset the puzzle in case you screw it up. That is very helpful and definitely needed if you're going to do a game like Game Freak has done here. The problem is, wait for it right here, I didn't mean to do that. You press the up button to do a lot of things, and so if you accidentally fall into one of those little spots, you reset the puzzle, and I resetted, I don't know. Anyway, it's a mole in Animal Crossing, that's all I know. And I resetted many puzzles that I didn't mean to reset. And so that's one of my little pet peeve issues that I think they need to fix. They need to come up with a different way for you to trigger that reset. It's needed, it's got to be there, I get it. They just need to do it a different way so that I don't accidentally hit it enough times. So as you can see here, as I collect this debris, see how his thing just turned blue? When it turns blue, that means I've collected enough debris that I can then beat the enemy that's in front of me. If the enemy's blue, you can take it on and win. If the enemy is not blue, then you can't. And you got to figure out another way to go about it so that you can defeat the enemy. So like I said, each room acts as a physics puzzle. Sometimes there's more enemies than puzzles. Sometimes, like in this particular spot, there's more puzzle than enemy. There's no enemies, and sometimes there's a little bit of both. There's a good combination of each of those. Obviously, as you can tell, the art style changes between the 3 areas, but it always kind of keeps this somewhat mix between. This is gonna be weird. Somewhat mix of gritty yet neon colors. Kind of like a post-apocalyptic robot factory Las Vegas. I don't know. So here you're really about to see the physics of the physics puzzles. So when I grab this debris ball, it turns into a ball. When I run it under the white fountain waterfall type stuff, that turns it into a rubber ball. So as you can see, the platform is bouncing off of the rubber ball, and it's using its physics engines to figure out what it's going to do. So this is fun to play with. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. The only problem is when the physics really starts going, the platforming kind of goes as well. A lot of times there are platforms that I should have been running up because it was slanted that I just jumped through. It seems like the platforming, the physics engine with the platforming sometimes doesn't know if I'm supposed to be able to run on a surface or not run on a surface, and so that's somewhat frustrating. And I died a couple times in spike pits because I didn't realize, or because I jumped right through a platform that I should have been able to slide off of in some way or another. Another one of my things is, I wish that my character, and I know this would be difficult to do because the rooms are so large and they wanted to give you that feeling. I wish my character was bigger. If you see the character like on the box art, what's box art? What am I, from the 90s? Okay, never mind. But if you see the character when she's up close or in any one of the things, she's drawn really cool. You never really get to see her in the video game though, because even when they do kind of zoom in on her for one reason or another, you're still pretty far away and you don't get to see it. So a little bit more about the story of GIGA WRECKER. They are pulling from many video game tropes here, from the robots invading and killing all the humans, to post-apocalyptic, to the underdog has the entire fate of the world on her shoulders, and all those things are not necessarily bad. They try hard to tie them all together in a way that makes sense and to explain why she has a cybernetic arm. But by having to do all this and having no vocals in the game, having it be completely text-based, you do feel like, especially in the beginning of the game, there is quite a bit of reading to be done. You'll go from room to room, and every room seems to have you talking to somebody for multiple turns. You have to hit the A button multiple times to get through all the dialogue that is being said. I want to mention a few mechanics that are available in the game. One is a skill tree. You collect blue crystals in the debris that you're breaking up, and this allows you to upgrade Rika as you progress through the game. It allows her to get more health. It also allows her to gain other abilities that you can use, different swords that you can get, and also just different things that you can turn the debris into other than just the blocks which you've seen. You go here to the install blueprint map. Some of these are blueprints. Some of the blueprints you're finding in the map. Some of them you're getting from the skill tree. So there is also, I wanted to show you the map here real quick. The map is rather large. It is a 4-part map with 3 main large areas. Each area is littered with beacons which allow you to fast travel from spot to spot, which makes it really nice and really easy for you to get around the map so that you're not spending all your time traveling. This is very much a Metroidvania game. You're back and forth from place to place, exploring every nook and cranny, trying to find the, every little thing that you might need to find to move on and move forward. So my final thoughts on GIGA WRECKER. I think Game Freak had an idea that was quite novel of this. You're this cyborg humanoid that can collect debris and turn it into different shapes to solve these physics puzzles, yet you're also platforming in this Metroidvania game style world, and they found a way to make that work with a post-apocalyptic robot storyline. That all sounded good, and it all works for a while, but when the novelty of all that wears off, what you're left with is an average puzzler and a below average platformer, and it gets frustrating quickly to have to kind of suffer through those things, quite frankly what you're doing. And so with all that said, it is hard to impossible for me to recommend that you guys pick this game up. I think there are better of all these things available. So this is Nick from Nintendo Dads signing out. See you later. Game over, folks.